It's insane, right? Woo, we're going from, let's see here, a very touchy video to a hype video.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I honestly like the last two chapters because we missed last week because life decided to fuck us all over. Uh, so we missed chapter 292 and now 293 being so fucking hype. Everything right now in this manga has been super fire. I am so happy to be reviewing this right now. I gotta say, like, fuck everything that I'm seeing on Annie Twitter about, like, end Magna now, because I'm surprisingly seeing that. Go fuck yourself. I want this motherfucker to keep being this badass for the rest of the series. How about you?
Bro, so it's good. I have a lot to talk about for this chapter. Okay, it's gonna be a short chapter because it's as it is a fight chapter,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like, bro, it's insane, right? How interesting that. First of all, I want to talk about the controversy about this, right? Because a lot of people are just like, why is Dante and Dante's a bitch and blah 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 blah. Like, first of all, Dante isn't the main antagonist of the series.
Ding
That's the
ding.
first thing. Second thing is the fact that this is great. This is what we want. You see people all the fucking time complaining about how in other series, specifically let's do Dragon Ball for example.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball, you see people complaining about like why is Goku always doing this? Why is Vegeta always getting snuffed? It doesn't make any sense. Why this and this Goku and shit like that, right? Like, but I'm just like, yeah, you don't like it that Goku's always winning, but then when a supporting character wins one, you're like upset. I don't understand that. Shouldn't you
Yeah.
be happy, right? Like, I don't get it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me how people are so upset that Tabata finally gave us, right, some good supporting shit. Like,
Yeah.
this is what we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is exactly the type of shit that we want. We want to be able to fucking see our supporting characters, like it gets boring seeing Asta bop everyone. And the fact that people are saying it doesn't make sense is not good for consistency, but it is. You're upset that hacks works. Literally, Magna had made a spell that makes it equal in half, and it's great against people who are so used to having high mana pools. Because what Dante's so used to having a huge mana pool, and now holy shit, oh, I'm out of mana. Now we just have to use our fists. And guess what? Magna was training how to use close combat. So it makes perfect sense. Stop
Yeah.
complaining about shit that does not matter.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Like,
stupid.
uh, the fact that a side character is getting a W in a Shonen Jump chapter, like, being the one thing that everybody's complaining about right now, it just baffles me because we have been so used to like, oh, Vegeta gets murdered over here, you got to bring him back. Oh, fucking Sasuke and Sakura are useless basically. And now you get the side character that has had the least amount of screen time outside of like the first arc or two being in the center spotlight, getting this massive W. I and you're bitching about it. Like, aside from like the time we had like the Black Bulls tank mech bullshit, which was fucking hilarious. Like, what has Magna done recently other than this? It's just like, how can you complain? How? I'm like, I'm sorry, this is stupid. Ah. So, like, this entire fight has had me so hyped. I obviously, like, it's a short read. Like, Black Clover is always like one of my shortest reads, especially right now when we're in just like fight after fight after fight. But I'm seeing such a unique power that we used as our skit because of your idea, Thurman, for the why you
Hold
should
on one
read Black.
second, David.
Okay. Uh,
Hello?
yeah, I'm here, man. You good?
Uh huh.
Oh. So like while Thurman takes like that call, I'm just like a wall right now. Like all of this, while we're having all of this insanity going on, we're having the best time of our lives in this manga. Like honestly, we have the coolest fight in the entire series for this arc right now. honestly, Magna needs to stay a focus past this as well. Like, I do not want to see him get offed, because now we're seeing amazing support for the series. I'm hoping every one of the other support characters that didn't get to do these nice little power buffs get an incredible fight moving forward, because after all of this insanity that we're seeing here with like a physical like fisticuff battle between this insane hack's power, we're going to get, I'd love to see Zora get a nice little side battle going on here. Fucking even Noelle getting a nice little battle going on, along with Asta, Yami, everybody getting all these cool little fights in this arc before we start wrapping up this, what will probably be one of the most hype 10 out of 10 arcs moving forward. I don't know if Thurman's done with what he's doing. You done over there, buddy? Okay, I'm going to unmute you then. I muted you in the video, so we won't have to edit it.
Oh, thank you. Perfect. You're the GOAT for that.
So I was just trying to vamp for a second. I'll let you get a word in there.
So, one thing I will say, right, is the fact that I loved everything that we're getting right now, because it's just so interesting, right? We've gotten such good shit going on right now, because like what's amazing about it is the fact that not only, right, are we getting great supporting character stuff, but it's also hyping up like Magna. Like, it's a great character development for Magna, because he's been so invigorated into the system, right? And the fact that it took him a year to actually, get that power done, right? It's just so fascinating. So I'm honestly like really, really happy everything we've gotten so far, because holy shit, it's been great.
So like the massive character development for him too, like accepting what he was in society, right? Being a peasant like Asta, but Asta has this insane power of anti-magic. He wants to catch up to Luck, but ever since Luck got reincarnated as an elf, he had this massive boost in his mana. Whereas like Magna has such a small mana pool that he went with Zora, did all this like massive year-long training, created this bullshit hack's power, and then used it to such a successful way that gives him so much renewed confidence as a character, and the ability to have this nice little brawl. Like, I can stand toe-to-toe with my peers again. I am able to utilize this skill and be able to help them fight moving forward, instead of being like the weakest out of my group.
And it's crazy too. It's so cool. It's so crazy too, because you see it, right? Like, I like the way you said it, because he's right. Like the two people that he really wanted to compare himself to is Luck, his rival, who literally got a power boost because of the elves, and Asta, who's just like him, has literally barely any magic, but the difference is he has anti-magic, right? So everyone has sort of found their own ways to get stronger, but Magna had to sort of find his own way, and I love the fact that they gave him his own personal way to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because like the death chains is a reference to the sort of like sealing magic he was able to do back in the first chapter, not the first chapter, but the first arc, when they fought that ice guy. So it's a great writing on Tabata's part, making it so he can make an array. And so we get more sense of the power system too, because the power system in Black Clover is way more complex than what we figured, because it took him a year to make that array. And it just goes to show that like you have to essentially sort of like find your own way to like to fight, honestly, in the series. And the fact that this sort of hacksy ability was very broken, by the way, was able to make him contend with a top tier in the verse, mind you. That's pretty impressive. And I love the last panel, by the way, fucking god tier, by the way, right?
Yeah.
So fucking god tier. That scream at the end, bro. I can't wait to see that in the anime. Holy
Uh,
shit.
well, anime if it ever comes back, but like, it's so interesting that we still see to this day so many people complain about, I don't know, like because of just to bring up because of that anime like ending, like it being so bad, but yet we're still getting the movie. So I'm going to assume because it had caught up to where it was in the manga when the anime ended, basically, that we're going to go to a seasonal route. But what interested me with that scream is like, what's next? Do you think like what is next? What's the next bout, so to speak? Because now that Dante's down and dealt with, what who's going to have the next fight? Because it seems like we're going to be doing these more contained fights, which is something we haven't seen that much. Because the last few arcs have been like these massive group battles of like fucking tank max. Here's a bunch of people fighting, you know. So it's especially like the attack on the capital, for example, with the Spay Kingdom. That was a hype ass battle, but now that we're more divided into these groups to rescue everybody, who do you think's next up?
Honestly, so if Dante's down, I have to assume we're going towards the other two.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know maybe because Noelle needs a rematch with Vanica, so she might be able to get her rematch with Vanica, which will be hyped to see. And then we know that
was it Yuno going after the other?
Well, Yuno is already fighting Xenons, but I don't know who could fight Xenon right now. Because it's interesting because they got lucky because Magna had the perfect counter to Dante. So I'm curious to see how they're going to be able to beat Vanica and Xenon because that's not going to work on them.
Yeah.
Like Dante. Reason why Dante lost because he was overconfident. Let's put it right there, right now. He was like, "Oh, hey, you're infinite inspect. Hit me with anything you want." And Magna was like, "Say less. I'm gonna use hacks that makes you weaker, dumbass." So, like,
exactly.
I'm gonna be honest with you, right?
I don't think we're really. The more you break it down, I don't think we're going to get other than Noelle versus Vanica. I don't think we're going to get another one-on-one battle. Like, I think everything else will be, you know, a team up of like, let's combine our powers, which is something that makes Black Clover such a unique series, because how the magic works all together is such a beautiful concept. I just love these masterful spells that we've come to expect, but I really want to see Noelle shitstomp Vanica, and I love Vanica. I'm a Vanica simp if you follow our Twitter. I fucking love her. She's like a smug little bitch, and I love her.
Best girl for sure. Best girl for sure.
And I'm a simp for Noelle as well. So like these two characters going one-on-one is going to be such a beautiful fucking fight for me. I don't know who I want to win.
Of course, you want best girl to win.
Oh yeah. But I'm just curious, like, now that we've seen Magna get this power, I'm curious who else has got a new ability during that year. Because I'm going to assume that Zora has worked on something behind the scenes as well while he was helping Magna. I'm going to also assume, like, during this, like, little resurgence period there in the Heart Kingdom with everybody, I don't know. Like, it's so fun to hypothesize about the series, but at the same time, it's like, this is a series, you know, back pre-time skip Dave would be like, it's so simple, but it's not. It's actually a complex system of, like, a power system when you break it down. So, I guess for me, all I want to see is, like, where we go next. I'm not going to, like, try too much to hypothesize what the next fight is, but I'm definitely hoping it's Noelle versus Vanica just to see those two go head to head again. And obviously, like, the little, like, let's save Yami moment's going to be here. The save the queen basically is going to be another thing that we're going to have. But other than that, it's just revenge basically when you break it down.
So not really much to talk about this chapter because it's mostly a fight, but There is definitely a great one, by the way. Definitely a great one. I love the parallels of seeing Luck and Asta come in at the same time and seeing Magna with his victory scream. That
Yeah.
was clean, dude. So, yeah, I mean,
It's some of the best art we've had from Tabata in a while, too.
yeah, for sure, definitely. So, man, I mean, anything else? I mean, quick chapter, but hey, I'm actually hyped to see more. What's next? I think we already gave up our predictions, so
Yeah.
I think go ahead and give my rating.
This was a 9 out of 10 for me, for sure. It
Yeah,
was
I
my
would
chapter of the
definitely say
week.
nine out of 10 for me, 100%.
The only thing that
I
really would have made this better, in my opinion, was if we saw a little bit of like what was to come instead of ending off on that scream. But that scream was so symbolic, that victory scream. I think that was actually a phenomenal way to wrap it up as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. That shit. That scream. Because that scream is a symbol, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you see, it's sort of like that scream you see like with like a pro boxer, like when he wins the
Mm-hmm.
championship. You know what I'm saying? It's like the scream of victory. You know, like you can't help but be like, fuck, man, I'm so happy for him. Like Jesus, he's definitely come a long way. And the fact that he was able to, contend with one of the big boys, and he found a way to do it, and it took him a year to do it, that's insane. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely. So I guess we'll end this off here. Hype for next week. There'll probably be a longer discussion.
Yeah.
And then obviously,
Fight chapters are usually always short.
yeah, like even I guess it's more the legacy of One Piece that you gets a little bit more of a video. But with Black Clover, like the fights and them are just boom, 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 and not a lot to talk about. But I fucking love it. I'm hoping we get, like I said, the Noel Vanica fight, so I can simp for like a half hour. Until next time, everybody. Peace.
We're both gonna be simping for that.
Oh
fight.
God, yes.
That's so clean, bro. I can't, bro. I have to see how the fight's gonna play out.
Oh.
I have to see how stronger she's gotten in that like few days.
Absolutely, man. That's gonna be a fucking hype chapter to discuss. Until then,
Peace.
peace.